So winter time is here, as you guys can tell by the snow, that I'm looking for something to do automotive wise until derby season. Now, I do have that truck in the shop, but it's pretty much done. I could start building a derby car a little bit early in the year, but a guy named Dustin Brown, who I will put his YouTube channel up in the picture right here, he suggested I get into ice racing. So I inquired about this ice racing. It sounds unbelievably fun. There's 6 different classes you can do. You can do front wheel drive, rear wheel drive, all wheel drive, and then you can do all 3 of those classes with studded tires. So that's 6 classes, 3 without, 3 with studded tires. So I was really thinking about doing this. I got a whole bunch of information from him, and turns out you can only race on Saturday and Sunday, which is really good, actually. Apparently you get like a practice run Saturday, or 2 practice runs Saturday, and 2 races Saturday, and like 2 races Sunday. Now, that's a lot of time on the track, which is phenomenal, and realistically, that's what all of us want, is time driving our crappy cars fast or smashing people. But I'm only working Saturdays and Sundays, so me racing Saturday and Sundays is not really going to happen. So, unfortunately, I cannot do the ice racing. But I'd like to show you guys what I've learned about these cars and how to get them ready for ice racing. Now, what we have here is a 2003 Alero. Now, this is a 4-cylinder Alero, so this is the 2.2 Ecotec, and it's a 5-speed. Now, this here is not the prime car that I would actually take in. Reason why is it's heavy, yes. 2, it's not very good in the snow. GMs are really not that good in the snow. Now, what you want to take in for what class, I've been watching a lot of their videos and doing a lot of thinking and researching, and for non-studded tires, you're going to want less power and less weight, like a Torcell. Like, I don't even think a Honda Civic is really that good because they're a little bit heavier and they have too much power. But for the studded classes, that's a completely different story. Apparently, the Toyota MR2s are dominating the rear-wheel drive. So the rules is you can't have anything over 3 liters. Or is it 2.5? I'm not too sure. But Dustin Brown would be able to answer that question. So the only rules you really have to do is you do not need a cage. You do not need to move your gas tank. You do not need to move your battery. All you have to do is move your brake lights and put an amber light on the roof, facing backwards. Now, what really interested me is you can have passengers. So the wife and I could do this, and she could scream at me the whole time about my driving. But now that we're not doing it, I don't have to listen to her yell at me about my driving. So what I've understood is it costs $25 to join the car club that they're a part of, because you need to be a member of the car club to be able to race. And then you need to get your ice racing license, which is, I think, $84. And then you have to pay to race every weekend. But realistically, for what we pay to go into a demolition derby, like, for us to go into Fall Brawl is like $150 for minis. For me to do Flamborough cost me $125 to race, plus $25 a person to get into pits. And I, as a driver, had to pay. So realistically, just to get into Flamborough with my mother, my father, my wife, and me, and the car, I was almost $260. So realistically, that is not bad. But it looks intense amounts of fun. And if you look up Minden ice racing on the internet, you'll see some unbelievable racing. These guys really put the metal down. They drift. Like, there's a guy there with like an 89 Subaru that he just gives it and goes sideways all throughout the corners. He runs the studded tire class. I watched a couple of Volvos and Mustangs and Toyota MR2s race around. And then I watched a little Torcell, like a 1.5 liter front wheel drive Torcell, dominate the non-studded tire class. So it actually seems very fun, and I really like the passengers rules. And the best part is you leave all the glass in it. You strip out all the interior in the back of the car, so that way you still have your seats. You leave the heat in. all that fun stuff. But all you have to do is take the brake lights and you move them up higher. So if you just move these from here to here and put like trailer lights on it, that will pass their tech because they just don't want these lights being smashed out, obviously. And then on the roof up here, you get an amber fog light, or even like a trailer light, like just a bright yellow light, and you face it backwards because the snow and ice that flies, they need to have that amber light so they can see who's in front of them. So realistically, to build an ice racing car would only take me about 2 hours if I'm not studding the tires, realistically, and that's me taking my time. Now, I do not know how to stud tires. There's plenty of videos on the internet how to stud tires. I was probably going to run the non-studded tire class and just try my luck, get myself a good set of snows and have at her. Now, the racing is 6 weeks long, so 6 consecutive weekends starting February 5th or something like that. And the best part is you can leave your car there. So if you tow your car up the first time, you can leave it there the entire 6 weeks, so that way you don't have to bring your trailer and your truck up there every time. You can just bring your car, which is usually better on gas. But honestly, I wish I could do this ice racing. It seems extremely fun. I just can't because of my work schedule. Guys, feel free to message Dustin Brown, and I'll put his YouTube account up at the end of the video again. And check out some of his videos, and if you have any questions, message him. It looks like an unbelievable amount of fun. But unfortunately, I can't do it. But the car I was gonna get was my brother's Audi because he rear-ended another car on the 400 series highway. So the car needed a rad, and the front end was smashed in, but all the drivetrain is fantastic, so. Oh well. Take care, guys.